Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Beau DeMayo, the former writer, showrunner of X-Men 97, he's revealed basically why he thinks he's been fired from Blade and X-Men and no longer works for Marvel. Do you know what it is? More racism. Apparently. He revealed this just because there'll be lots of people decrying that in the comments. He revealed this in a 30-minute OnlyFans video. I mean, way to sort of delegitimize your argument. You could have posted it anywhere, but you chose to post it on OnlyFans. Weird. So hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell notifications on. Let's take a look. So X-Men 97, fired showrunner and writer Beau DeMayo reveals why he was removed from Marvel Studios, Blade, but as well as just Marvel Studios in general, right? So we don't know if this is true or not. Take this all with a pinch of salt. So after working on The Witcher, he made headlines for saying the creative team hated Sapkowski's books, which people were like, "Oh, cool, this guy's on our side." Which, you know, who knows? Maybe the case may not be. But Beau DeMayo looked set to play a big role in the MCU, and after initially working on Moon Knight, he was tapped to take charge of X-Men 97 as head writer, and later came on board the Blade movie for a rewrite. In terms of his work on X-Men 97, people love that show, so clearly he's done good work, right? Demonstrably, people like his work. However, Beau DeMayo parted ways with Marvel Studios on the project and was fired from the animated revival earlier this year and had his credits removed as well. So things got increasingly messy from there, with claims of sexual misconduct on DeMayo's part and possible racism and homophobia from Disney Marvel Studios. Now he's filed a lawsuit seeking to invalidate the non-disparagement provision in his separation agreement, which is interesting. So in a 30-minute video posted to his OnlyFans account, which, you know, Variety have a breakdown of it, DeMayo broke his silence on Blade, alleging Marvel executives joked in front of him that they'd hired a young Wesley Snipes to write the movie. Not quite sure how that's more racism, but okay. So let's just take a look and see. I mean, he doesn't look anything like Wesley Snipes. Maybe they were like, he's a prima donna like Wesley Snipes. Anyway, so let's have a look and see. So here's some statements, right? These allegations of egregious misconduct are false, DeMayo said in his video. Again, this video is on his OnlyFans account. So again, take from that what you will. So he added that the rumours of the nature of DeMayo's alleged misconduct that have been floated on various sites and podcasts are lies. So he's talking about the sexual misconduct stuff. Says they are offensive, but more concerning is that they are a smear campaign designed to discredit my credibility in order to cover up egregious prejudicial misconduct stretching from select crew members on X-Men 97 all the way to the top of Marvel Studios. Now that's interesting, right? Again, someone who is looking to... I mean, look, he's saying that they're designed to discredit his credibility, right? But you discredit your own credibility at the end of the day by using OnlyFans as the medium by which to break your silence. I mean, come on now, behave. Like, you're not... Maybe you're stupid, but most people aren't stupid, and most people would recognise that OnlyFans is probably not the platform to put this out on. And this kind of sounds like a know you scenario, but let's see what else he says, right? So DeMayo alleges that he both experienced and witnessed misconduct working on X-Men 97 in his capacity as showrunner and during a brief stint as a screenwriter on the long-in-the-works feature film Blade, set to star Mahershala Ali. A spokesperson for Marvel Studios did not respond to a request for comment. So here it is. DeMayo says that the breaches in his exit agreement were posts he made about X-Men 97 during its run, including posting fan art, speaking at a screening of the show at a bar, highlighting different cast and crew, and explaining how the massacre at the LGBTQ nightclub Pulse in 2016 was one of the main inspirations for an episode involving a surprise attack on the mutant nation of Genosha. So he also alleged that Disney blacklisted him from third-party non-Disney Comic-Con panels and blocked him from attending the Emmys next week, where X-Men 97 is nominated for Best Animated Series. Whilst he did not refer to anyone by name, DeMayo also outlined several specific allegations of misconduct. So this is the racism part and homophobia stuff. So he says, he alleges that his identity as a gay black man was weaponized. So this is quote, weaponized by Marvel executives and select crew members to undermine him and quote, the same dog. So this is to use quote, the same dog whistling stereotypes favored by bigots for decades. He's big, he's intimidating, too opinionated, angry, emotional, flamboyant, dramatic, a pervert. What? Well, I mean, you can... That sounds like a lot of waffle, with very little sort of information there, to be fair. DeMayo alleges that he fought Marvel executives over his desire to adapt storylines from previously published X-Men comic books runs rather than create brand new stories for the show, as they desired. And he was called uncollaborative, too difficult, and too much of a fanboy. They openly resented me fighting for the fans. That could be bait. Could be that red meat that people throw out. But we do know that Marvel does have a habit of doing that. So I'm probably going to believe that, to be fair. DeMayo alleges that executives painted him as abusive when he declined to have the character of Jubilee make gang signs or paint the sky with plasmoids in the shape of middle fingers. What the fuck? DeMayo alleges that there are near criminal working conditions for VFX and animation artists at Marvel, and that people who worked on X-Men 97 were rapidly losing weight and having mental breakdowns. And when he emailed Marvel leadership about these issues, he experienced retaliation. Well, we know that is actually true because the VFX that work for Disney have chosen to unionize. So, I mean, we do know that that's probably true. DeMayo alleges that he notified a producer on X-Men 97 that one of our leads is having a potentially exploitative sexual relationship with a PA. And the producer buried his report and informed the individual in question of DeMayo's complaint. Closing ranks. I can believe that may be the case. He alleges that the same producer on X-Men 97 repeatedly joked to crew that he showed DeMayo's thirst traps on Instagram to his underage son, and his kid is wondering, do they need to buy me shirts for Christmas? Do they need to buy me shirts? What the fuck is that? What does that mean? DeMayo alleges that an artist on X-Men 97 repeatedly denounced all men as jerks, and accused DeMayo of failing the cause because he kept a male character, Cyclops, as leader of the X-Men. I can believe some of that. DeMayo alleges that a lead artist on the show told him at a company barbecue in 2021 that her husband felt that I must get a lot of dick based upon how I look. What? Who cares about that? Why are you saying that? A lead artist on the show told him that her husband said he must get a lot of PP because of how he looks? Why is this part of the 30-minute video? What? When DeMayo requested contracting producers of RuPaul's Drag Race about promoting X-Men 97, he alleges he was told by Marvel that they wouldn't want to alienate certain audiences. That's perfectly acceptable. Nothing wrong with that at all. DeMayo alleges that Marvel's PR department listed homosexuality as a hot button issue to avoid, alongside school shootings, the Gaza conflict, and abortion. That's perfectly acceptable. What's wrong with that? I'm not seeing what the issue is with that. DeMayo alleges that Marvel executives joked in front of DeMayo that they'd hired a young Wesley Snipes to write on Blade. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video is so that you can see that Wesley Snipes and I look nothing alike, he adds. Some of this is just dog shit. DeMayo says that the last straw for him was when he arrived at the production offices of Blade at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta and was told, quote, that someone needed to crack the whip around here. What's wrong? Oh, you're gonna say about the slave trade? Really? Oh, piss off. He alleges that on September 6, 2022, he sent his concerns about what he saw as prejudicial conditions on the film to leadership at Marvel, and quote, "In return, I was removed from the project in the middle of moving to Atlanta for production, and then had my role on season 2 of X-Men 97 aggressively marginalised." The whole crack the whip business, that's a turn of phrase. It doesn't matter. That's like calling someone a slave driver. No one cares. This is pathetic beyond belief. It's quite interesting, isn't it, how Beau DeMayo skirts a very fine line between almost seemingly normal, but then definitely being woke as piss. DeMayo says he has the receipts and eyewitnesses to back up his claims of utterly nothing. There's no substance here. Rather than dump them on the internet, he'd prefer to relay them to authorities at Marvel and Disney, quote, "so that those responsible are able to receive what I was not, a full and fair investigation away from the public eye." This is me trying to do the right thing, and this is Marvel's chance to do the right thing. DeMayo's attorney filed a lawsuit against Marvel on Tuesday, seeking to invalidate the non-disparagement provision in his separation agreement. Friedman contends that the agreement violates a new California law that limits NDAs and requires that they allow an employee to disclose information about unlawful acts in the workplace, such as harassment and discrimination. I mean, this is a lot of this is absolute waffle and nothing. There's no substance here. This genuinely just sounds like he got a bit butthurt. Egregious prejudicial misconduct. Of doing what? Hey, as a company, we need to avoid certain controversial topics when we market a child's program to children. Some of those topics are, what did he say they were? Sorry, let me just confirm the insanity. Apparently, oh, that's right, homosexuality, school shootings in Gaza. Oh, and abortion. Yeah, they sound like fair things not to advertise to children, quite frankly. Oh, whatever. This is a whole lot of nothing, and he put this on fucking OnlyFans. So, way to discredit yourself there, mate. Again, you're just skirting the line of being seemingly normal, ever so slightly based, and also incredibly woke at the same time. So, like, you must be able to see that these things are just, crack the whip. Oh no! Oh God, behave. That was the last straw that someone said someone needed to crack the whip around here. That was the last straw. God, getting all your feelings about a turn of phrase, crack the whip. It's just so pathetic. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Are you on a side? Are you not? Do you think like I do? This is just pathetic. Some of this I can believe, like about the VFX conditions and stuff like that. I can believe all of that, absolutely. The rest of it is just a non-starter. So leave your thoughts down below. Cheers, take care, bye-bye now.